Shalom. This is your brother Yeshamai. Before I get into this message, I want to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakwak Radash. I want to give double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who move and teach well. I want to give a sincere shalom to all the brothers that are pushing this truth and all of the sincere listeners that are awake. This message is for you Hebrew Israelites who are the so-called blacks, natives, and Latinos. Um, Before I get into this message, actually, this is just a spur of the moment message. Um, but I wanted to just make this quick message about Esau being made bare. Let's start off with Obadiah 1. And for those newcomers, Obadiah 1 is a chapter solely put out that talks about the destruction and judgment of Esau, Edom. And he's mentioned by name, which is Esau, and he's mentioned by where he is. Now, when we read scripture, when the Most High is talking about bringing judgment to a place, he's talking about bringing a judgment to the place and to the people. For example, when you read the scriptures and it talks about, prophesy against the mountain of Seir, he's not actually talking about this destroying landscape. He's talking about the inhabitants of Mount Seir, and we know that to be uh, Mount Seir to be where Esau lives. So same thing for when it talks about prophesy, for my holy mountain Zion. He's not talking about the Most High is not talking about a landscape, about a bunch of rocks. Mount Zion is Yasharallah, Israel. So going back to what I was saying is Obadiah is a chapter that in Christianity you probably never even heard about because they don't know how to explain it, or they just don't, they just don't bring it up. But Obadiah is talking about the destruction of Esau. So let's get Obadiah. Let's start at verse 2. Well, no, let's go ahead and start verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So during the end of days, the heathen, whether it's China, whether it's North Korea or Palestine, all of the heathen nations, including some in the EU, are going to rise up against uh, uh, Mount Seir or Edom. Who is Edom? Well, we know Edom to be the so-called white man. Verse 2, Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. What is this talking about? This is talking about, um, you know, Esau being made small, because if you take a look at where America is on the grand stage of the world now, and you compare it to, the 1980s, 1970s, 1990s, even 1970s was uh, 1970s was when America was at its height. Everybody wanted to be like us. So many, coming to America by with Eddie Murphy came out. This was the shit. But this was all, prophecy. Babylon has been a golden cup. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. Uh, what's this talking about? It's talking about what I just brought up. Everyone for a while had been deceived by the greatness of Babylon, which is America. Everyone wanted to be like America, but now America is being made small because the truth of who this wicked Esau is has been coming out through TikTok, and even some YouTube videos have shown it. But TikTok has really been bringing it out because it's not a company that is controlled by the U.S. See, The truth has always been out there. It's just been difficult to find because YouTube will had been suppressing certain videos that Esau, the so-called white man, has not wanted us to see. But TikTok has been bringing out a lot of truth of this corruptible man, Esau. And Jeremiah 51 and 7 is talking about for a while, America was that golden cup. Everyone wanted to be like America. They made all the earth drunken. Drunken off what? Drunken off the wine, which is the belief or the God. I'm having a brain fart here. Um, they have been drunk off of the way of life. I can't understand. It doesn't come to mind. The philosophy. The what do you have? The philosophy of democracy, of freedom. Everyone was made drunk for a while, but they're starting to wake up and see that democracy means America coming in and installing a puppet governor or a puppet president and taking all of your resources while turning your people into 10 times wicked heathens, man. Bringing in, that rainbow flag agenda, bringing in that, transmission agenda, so people are starting to wake up and see that this man he is a piece of shit. The nations have drunken of her wine thereof, and the nations are mad. Okay, so lucky, I'm on my way to my 20 East. Boom, you got it. Okay, continuing on in Obadiah 1. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Now, I wanted to make this bear. I wanted to bring this out, and I also want to bring out verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? People are starting to see again the dysfunctionality, the hypocrisy, the murderous history of Esau and its allies, even. So let's get into this video here. Hopefully, the audio comes through. And this lady's going to bring up the Iron Dome, which is the defense system that uh, Amalek has in our land. Let's get it. Okay, so just a quick pause on that. Um, and I missed my turn. Just a quick pause on that. She's she's talking about the about sorry. She's bringing up a good point here, which is if these people, if Amalek, this one's for you, Christian. If Israel is supposed to be the ally of America, why is it that America sends billions of dollars in U.S. aid to give them an Iron Dome, but America doesn't have one? Why are they providing more protection to those people, but yet you don't have one? And then when they give you one, it doesn't even work because they don't want to give you the codes that the computers need to, for America to have a defense. I mean, Americans literally paid for the Iron Dome, but yet we don't. Yet the same ally, so-called ally, doesn't give you the source code for it. What kind of ally is that? See, Christians, once you start to once you start to see the one way, I don't even want to call it a relationship, but once you start to see the one way relationship that Amalek has with America, Babylon, like there really is no justification for them to be an ally. The only reason that you guys continue to send money over there is because you have been fooled into thinking that those are the Most High's people, but those are not the Most High's people. Why do they need an Iron Dome if they are the Most High's people? Pray to your power and then have Him defend you. Why do you need billions of dollars? You know, but for those Christians, you you have been you have been blinded, man. You have been blinded into supporting a wicked nation only because they've told you that they are the people, but yet they can't prove it. They can't prove it through their bloodline because they've outlined DNA tests out there. They can't prove it. So you're just like, for you so-called critical thinking Christians, because I say so-called critical thinking because when the Java Jews came out, man, you guys were supposed to be the level-headed ones doing the math and don't take the Java Jews, you know, but yet you can't apply critical thinking to why you still support this wicked nation. And she's going to bring up another point that I would encourage you guys to look into, which is the USS Liberty, where Amalek, your so-called ally, killed your soldiers. Like they try to kill. They actually did. They killed a bunch of American sailors and they sunk their ship because they wanted to start a war. They didn't think that anybody would survive. Check out this history, man. But your ally killed your own people, man, because they wanted to start a war. Look into it, man. Give me a second here. I'm on my way to get something to eat. So she brought up another point, which is a very valid point. Um, Google it. One of the biggest national security stolen secrets was nuclear code stolen by your so-called ally Amalek. Why is your ally stealing from you? Why is your ally killing you? Why is your ally taking billions of dollars for weapons that they don't want you to have? What kind of ally is that? You know, how can you blindly believe that these people are the chosen people, but yet they are that 2% of population controls the 98%? And all of this is starting to come out. Esau's being made bare, just as in Obadiah 1 states. Verse 3, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? You see, because America and Americans think that America cannot be destroyed, but you have just like I brought out in Jeremiah, you have been that golden cup, but for a while. See, just as the Israelites have had a taste their judgment, you're gonna taste that judgment too. You're being made bare and you're being pulled apart, man. So I didn't want to make um, this message too long. But I encourage you guys to read the book of Obadiah if you have not already. And hopefully your eyes are beginning to open up to see that this man is the devil. This man is the wicked. I mean, the definition, I mean, what is an attribute of the devil for you Christians? You know, somebody that's insane that will just take and then turn against you. That's exactly what they've done with the Iron Dome. They've they've taken your money and they don't want to give it to you. You've been played, man. So now we need to wake up and we need to get back into the scriptures. So with that, I say,